For Fresno State, we have student athletes Bree Farley, Taylor Thompson, Coach Reagan Peebley. Coach, we can start with you. Just some general remarks on today's game.
Sure. We feel really fortunate and excited to survive and advance. This was a very tough first-round matchup. And I really think every single game so far in the tournament has just been a fight. And that's a credit to our conference and the players that are in our conference, the coaching that's in our conference, just so much parity. And our team knew, and we talked about it all season, that anyone can beat anyone in our conference. And you've got to really come focused and prepared and confident. And I love how we started the game. I think that helped a lot because we created a cushion. And UNLV is a very good team, and we knew they were going to go on a run, and if not more than one run, and that cushion helped secure a little bit of our lead when they did. Just, again, really, really proud that we get to continue to extend these seniors' season. They're two special women, and we're really fortunate that they wear Fresno State.
Thank you very much, Coach. Now we'll take questions for the student athletes.
Bree and Taylor, Bree particularly, can you talk about those first 5 minutes when you guys jump on them and you get a bunch of outside shots and kind of controlled the tempo early on?
I think as Coach said, anyone can beat anyone in this league, and we knew that we didn't want to let UNLV in from the word go. So we came out pretty fired up and ready to go, and I think that we were just really focused. I think that we just took shots that were good for our team, and it was nice that we hit them.
And then Taylor, just it seemed like when you guys wanted to play at a fast tempo, that was working for you. When you wanted to slow it down, that was working. Just can you talk about the shifting of gears that you guys were doing pretty good at today?
Yeah, I mean, UNLV is a great team. They put everything at us. They were in a zone, they were in a man. So I think our team responded well to that. We knew that pushing on them was playing our game, but we also knew that we could slow down at times. So I think going off what Bree said, our focus was there, and I think that was key for this win today.
It's Becker.
Taylor, Bree, for either one of you guys, winning the way you have in conference tournaments the last 3 years, what is your mindset going into this tournament? How much does that help you guys with all that experience?
I mean, experience, I think, always helps players and a team and coaches. But, this is a new year. Right now I feel like the tournament is just a season in itself. The games before do matter, but I feel like we said, anybody can win at any moment. So we have to show up for every game. So we're definitely focused one game at a time. So I think that's key for our team to stay humble but also confident.
Bree, do you want to respond as well?
I just agree with Taylor. I mean, you can't overlook anyone in this league. There's almost been a few upsets. There's been games coming down to the very last possession, and to get to a position where we don't have to be at a game with coming down to the last possession was really positive for us, and knowing that we can push the lead out a little bit and have a good win.
For both Taylor and Bree, it's an odd scenario to now have 2 days off and as of yet to not know your opponents. So obviously you'll be watching the next game, but how do you prepare with 2 days off?
I definitely think these 2 days off are key. We have to, rest our bodies. We have to make sure that we're staying hydrated, and we have to stay focused. And, we're going to watch the games tonight, but any team that we're up against, we have to be ready for. And so I think having these 2 days off is good for us, but we also have to make sure that we're using them to our advantage.
I think it's just making sure that we prep ourselves for whoever we play, and just making sure that we rest our bodies and look after ourselves and keep mentally sharp, because you can't take any time off. So we'll have a bit of a rest, but making sure that we focus for whoever we play for next.
Any other questions for our student athletes? Okay, we'll dismiss them at this time. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Now I'll take questions for Coach Peebley.
Reagan, when you see Bree coming out looking for a shot early and making them. How much does that kind of set the tone for the rest of the team at that point?
Well, I think it's good when she can do that. But what we talked to Bree a lot about in her growth as a player is that she stays consistent with looking for her shot. And Bree doesn't force anything, which I think makes her a great teammate, a great person to play with. And it allows her to stay consistent, and it won't make her confidence hit peaks and valleys. And she moves really well off the ball. She's got teammates that know how to get her the ball. So it helps. But, tonight we had 5 players in double figures, which is the first time that's happened. I know we've had a few times with 4. And that is, Fresno State basketball, where we want everybody on the floor to be confident that their shot, when created throughout the offense and by their teammates, is the best shot especially they're open. And, it is really nice when you see your team hit some shots early in the game, and I think that opens up other people as well.
Let's go right here first, and then we'll go back there. Go ahead.
Okay.
Reagan, there was a stretch, I think, kind of closing out the first half when Taylor's on the bench there. How much is, kind of the possibility of playing 3 games in 5 days? How much managing of, those minutes and stuff do you have to take into account in these games?
Well, Taylor's had a lot of experience playing a lot of minutes. So, I think her body's in condition and her mind is conditioned as well. She's a very mentally tough woman. And so I don't feel like we have to manage it too much, but she was on the bench because of foul trouble, and we won't kid anybody on that. So she sat, and great job by the team handling a press situation with Taylor off the floor, executing really well, and then huge stops defensively, I thought, when Taylor was out and getting rebounds. And Brittany Akins came off the bench. Brittany Akins, she's a walk-on for us. Who has really been a great asset. Her and Raven have been 2 players that we've been able to go to with different needs and different situations, and they've really stepped through, I think, throughout the last month and a half.
Back here.
Reagan, between the winning streak that you're on, having Sheedy back now, and tonight, the way you played, having 5 players in double figures, are you guys playing your best basketball right now?
I think we are playing with a lot of momentum, more momentum than we've had all season. I always think, probably most coaches do, that you're never at your best, that you can always be better, and there's areas that you're trying to just continue to minimize your weaknesses and play to your strengths. But I have fun watching this team play. I've had a lot of fun coaching this team. They're coachable. They play hard for each other. And you just see them coming up. Sometimes it's just finding a way. And sometimes as coaches, I've had the opportunity where I just get to step back and not overcoach them and really let them lead. And that's a great advantage as a coach.
Coach, you touched upon Alex Sheedy coming back. She's only been back for, I think this was her 3rd game, but for her to get 15 points, including that one with 1 second left on the shot clock, her contribution, obviously it means a lot to you, but specifically, what does she bring to the table at tournament time? Experience.
Alex Sheedy definitely brings experience. She won a championship as a freshman and started and played a lot of minutes for them. And she's a player. There was times in timeout in the second half today where she ran the timeout. She said, "Listen, ladies, when I have the ball, get me the ball when they're playing behind me." And to see that kind of confidence come from one of your players, and her teammates respect her so much that they then executed off of what she said, was really, really cool. And again, that's what I mean by sometimes it's just, as a coach, you guide them, but you let them. They're the ones out there playing the game. And at this point of season, sometimes we can overcoach.
Another one back here.
Reagan, it seemed like Mariah had kind of a dip at a certain point in conference play. Is she starting to come on, and how important could she be to you guys if she really is playing well?
Mariah is a player that sometimes I forget this, that she went a year and a half without playing basketball, and because of her injury and her transfer situation, even last year as a redshirt, she couldn't practice because she was rehabbing, and she, had an additional procedure done on her knee that slowed her being able to come back. And a player that's in that situation, it takes time. And I think Mariah's showing the potential that she has to be a great player. And it's fun to think that, we still have a lot of years left with Mariah. And, I love that girl. I really, really love that girl because she just never gave up on herself. She had teammates that never gave up on her as well. And she just really showed some conviction as a student athlete, as a woman, to just stay committed to the process when she could have really gotten frustrated when you're talking about that dip in the season.
Anything else? Thank you very much, Coach.
Thank you.